Welcome to this week's bonus episode, everyone. So Justin is still out, but John Barrientos, who joined us earlier this week, is with us again. And a couple podcasts ago, when we were interviewing Edmund Mitchell, I said something that struck a nerve with John. So I asked Edmund if he liked Whataburger. And Edmund said, yeah, like it's the kind of place you go and it always feels like it's 2 a.m. And I'm not sure what he meant by that. I have an idea, but I can't interpret him. We'll have to have him back and ask what he means by that. But then I went on to say that that Whataburger is basically the Big Lots of fast food. And I actually, in hindsight, I was like, that's kind of like there's nothing wrong with Big Lots, and that makes it sound like Big Lots isn't bad. And it's not like they have their niche that they fill, and it's like you can get a lot of things at Big Lots that are affordable, and whether it's furniture or like all decor, sometimes like food is there, all sorts of stuff. And so that's like you could also say like it's a compliment because that means you get good quantity and you get a great value. But John and I are going to have a little conversation about the best fast food restaurants. And so John is from Texas, and I imagine he's going to have pretty strong feelings about fast food restaurants that originated in Texas. Now, I live in Florida, and I have very strong feelings about a couple, actually just one chain down here. But I'm opinionated on food. Like I just, that's the only way to say it. I have big opinions on food. So John, please accept my apology. Whataburger's not that bad.
No, I don't think I accept your apology. That was very hurtful. I think it's going to take some time to recover from that. Whataburger, while that comment was funny, right? That's Whataburger is the Big Lots. I stopped your podcast while I was listening to it and texted you immediately and said, like, I cannot believe you just insulted Whataburger in that way.
Yeah, you told me you had unsubscribed.
Yeah. Oh, I did. Yeah. I unsubscribed. If I could take my YouTube view away, I would. Yeah. But yeah, that hurt my feelings personally. I think that hurt every Texan's feelings, whether they currently live in Texas or not. Yeah, I just love Whataburger. I grew up with eating Whataburger. Which Texan, if you live in Texas, that's what you do. You eat at Whataburger. And my wife, there's a big rivalry. I think, because every state is importing Californians, right? And Texas has been bringing Californians in for many, many years. And now In-N-Out is like popping up around Texas. And I just kind of don't buy into it, right? I had it when I was in California. I don't really remember it. Like it wasn't memorable. It wasn't a memorable experience, But a couple of years back when we were visiting my family, my wife found out that there was In-N-Out in Texas, right? There's nothing in Alaska, right? Like nothing, basically.
Right.
No food chains, just like Burger King and Wendy's, maybe McDonald's, obviously. But we went and she found out there was an In-N-Out, and she's like, "Oh, like, can we go? Like, can we go to In-N-Out and get some burgers?" And I just said, "No." And we didn't, right? And we didn't go, right?
I can't believe you did that to your wife. His wife, John's wife was pregnant, folks. She was pregnant, and he wouldn't let her get the food of her choice. Hi, I just won this one, John.
Okay, yeah. But we ended up eating at Whataburger maybe like 4 times out of like the 6 days that we were there or something, And so it was like Mexican food and Whataburger and barbecue. That's what you do in Texas. And so
yeah.
So it was great.
The best tacos of my life, hands down, have been in Austin. I think it was Veracruz tacos.
No.
Hey, dude, I haven't. It's not like I've been to every city in Texas. I'm just in my life.
No, there's a big taco rivalry between Austin and San Antonio. Did you not know this? Yeah, it's huge, right? Huge taco rivalry, and so in Austin, you just kind of get these like vegan tacos with like, I don't know what fancy thing do you want to sprinkle on your taco?
On top.
Yeah. And it's kind of like shot of lemongrass on the side or something. We don't do that, right? We don't do that in San Antonio. We actually eat Tex-Mex, right? And so we've got some great breakfast tacos that we that we eat down there, but none of this like none of these like vegan tacos and
Yeah,
well,
okay. So Veracruz was legit. Like they were not.
okay,
I mean, like
glad to
as
hear
the name implies, they're the real deal. Uh,
it. The
so
true
this was,
cross, yeah.
yeah, this, yeah. That's I mean, somewhat that is going a little too far, but uh, these were. It was. I want to say. I mean, like it's not a vegan taco. Like if you are listening and you are vegan, nothing against vegan tacos, but if
Nothing
you are
against vegan.
expecting a meat taco, you want a meat taco. Um,
Mhm.
and these were amazing, man. They were really really good. Um, it's interesting you bring up breakfast tacos though, because my wife actually,
Yeah.
when like she got really mad one time when she saw that Taco Bell was serving breakfast tacos. She's like, "Oh my gosh, I'm so mad! Like we just take everybody's culture and we Americanize it and we ruin it. Like there's no such thing as breakfast tacos." And I was like, "Are you sure about that? Like you mean to tell me that nobody in the world who eats tacos has ever eaten a taco for breakfast?"
That's
Like I
like the
think they
majority of
probably have.
tacos. Yeah. That's the majority of tacos that I've consumed in my life are breakfast tacos. Yeah.
I
I
had
would say
no
like
idea, man.
90% of the tacos that I've consumed, and I've consumed many, have been in the morning or have been like late night breakfast tacos.
Right,
So
right. Yeah, at the
yeah,
same time you'd eat Whataburger.
yeah, great.
So if you had to pass up on Whataburger or tacos for the rest of your life, which one would you choose to abandon, and which one would you choose to stick with?
Um, that's a good question. Whataburger does serve breakfast tacos. I don't know if you knew that.
No.
Um, but yeah, they have good bacon and egg tacos for breakfast, so that's pretty good. I don't know if they still have it. I haven't lived in Texas in a while,
Yeah.
um,
So
but
the
was just there
Florida
and I ordered. Yeah.
the Florida Whataburger did not have that.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's
Probably.
kind
I
of like
mean, what?
it's like like supposedly McDonald's in France serve wine. It's probably like Whataburgers
Mm,
in Texas serve tacos, but not
for
outside of
tacos, yeah.
Texas.
Okay. Wow. I mean, I think I think I would do without Whataburger just because breakfast tacos are so good.
Yeah, I'm so
They're
glad you said
so
that. Like
good,
that's
so good
clearly
and so bad.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I know this is branching a little bit out of fast food. In fact, it's going the opposite direction, barbecue.
No.
But
Oh
Texas, of
man.
course, is known for barbecue. Like if it's known for
Hmm.
anything even more than Tex-Mex and tacos, it's barbecue.
Yeah.
And
Oh yeah.
so like you barbecue a different type of meat than like the rest of the country. I guess like Kansas City has their thing, but
Brisket, right?
yeah, brisket. But like the South, like from I would say like Virginia to Florida
Mhm.
is
Yeah.
is pork. It's like, a pork butt, like
Yeah.
a
Oh.
Boston butt. That's our barbecue. And we do other
Hmm.
stuff too. We do brisket, but traditionally, like if somebody says, I'm doing barbecue, that's what they mean. Maybe ribs, but
Ah,
then it's pork ribs. And that's like a Tennessee or St. Louis thing. Um,
interesting.
but like if you go up along the East Coast down
Hmm.
to Florida, when we say barbecue, we mean pulled pork.
Ah, interesting. Yeah, I didn't know that. Wow. You
Uh,
guys do
and
things differently.
maybe it's just because we're not beef country the way Texas is. But so
Yeah.
what's the best barbecue chain in Texas?
Oh man, the best barbecue chain. That's I don't really go to like barbecue chains, right? I mean, so
Okay.
if we were like on the fast food, right? Like on the fast food, there's Bill Miller Barbecue that's in San Antonio. I don't know if it's branched out to other areas of Texas, but Bill Miller's is probably like fast food barbecue, which
Okay. So like
actually
a
like
Four
people.
Rivers?
Yeah, what's that?
Like a Four Rivers?
I have no idea what Four Rivers is.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. All right. Next time you come up to Orlando, I have to at
Okay.
least try to get you to eat like barbecue that came from outside of Texas.
Yeah. Yeah. Remember, I'm here during a pandemic where everything is closed down, so I've never been
Fair
here.
enough. Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, it's still good, right? People knock it because it's fast food, but I just appreciate it for what it is, right? I mean, it's definitely not the big lots of barbecue. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Um,
I don't. So okay, so not chains. Like I know
okay.
Franklin's. That Franklin's is one of the
Oh, yeah,
big.
Franklin's is pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think they have
Franklin's.
franchises, but it's not. It doesn't feel like a chain. What's
No,
the other
no.
one in
When
Austin
you
that's a big name? Like,
so
is it?
Stubbs, right? There's
Yeah,
Stubbs. There's
yeah,
Franklin. There's Salt Lick
yeah.
in Lockhart. Cruz. Out like yeah, they're just like amazing places. I mean, Austin does really good barbecue. It does
Yeah.
really good barbecue in
Okay. Do they win?
areas out there. No, still no. No, maybe they do. Maybe they do. I don't know. I don't want to give Austin anything. Let's just stick with music. Like they do have a strong music scene. Let's
They do.
just give them that, right?
Yeah.
Let's just give them that.
Fair enough.
Do what you do better. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
We can give them barbecue, but we won't give them tacos. All right.
Yeah.
We can
Yeah.
do that.
So now, like, I know most places have a Chick-fil-A, but what I think is amazing about Chick-fil-A, there's a couple things. Like, the food is enjoyable. I'm not going to say it's
It
amazing,
is.
but what Chick-fil-A does better than everybody else, and I like thinking about this because it connects with the book, is that their customer experience, and we talk about flock experience and that kind of stuff. The customer experience at Chick-fil-A is amazing, and you always know what you're going to get, and you know you're going to be treated well. It's enjoyable to be a customer there, and that's remarkable. Like, when you get somebody to enjoy giving you money, you win all the time.
Yeah.
And like, there's places that don't have the full picture. Like, they'll have good food, but you're like, oh, I really don't want to go there because I don't want the employee to scowl at me when I come up and because sometimes it's like an arms crossed and they're tapping their foot while they're waiting for your order. And that's never Chick-fil-A. It's always like smiley, happy people. So
yeah, and I think the same thing with Publix. Like Publix, like my wife is a huge fan of Publix. Coming from Florida, growing up in Florida, and I had never had a Publix experience until I moved here. And I have to say, they do great customer service. The people that they hired, they probably do invest well in their training because they're just always polite, always kind. Never they're never kind of out of steam. It doesn't seem like they hate their jobs, and they just like really want to serve you. So they do just such a good job. And then you add the chicken tender sub on top of that. Oh my goodness, Dan.
Yeah, no. So I feel like you and I have both talked about this chicken tender sub with buffalo sauce. Have you ever tried that?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Like, no, you're right. I mean, like, there's a difference. You look forward to going to Publix. I mean, and they've brainwashed all of us because it is like, it's the same stuff as everywhere else, but there's just something, I don't know what it is. Like, maybe it's like their branding, that light green with it's just, everything's clean and everything's perfect about Publix. So, well, I know we branched off from fast food to more like customer service, but this, I mean, I'll kind of like tie this back into book stuff. It just goes to show you that when you create the right experience, people want to come back. Like, there's a sense of loyalty associated with shopping or being a customer or a patron of certain places. And it's worth paying attention to and trying to take the best stuff from what they're doing and say, how can we do this? And how can we make the parish experience like this?
Yeah. So I think if we just all followed Whataburger's model, we'd be a lot more fruitful in ministry. I think that's the conclusion that we've reached here. Well, thanks for joining us.
Indeed. Well, John, thanks so much. It was fun to have kind of a more like silly conversation with you. Really, really enjoyable to have you on, and look forward to having you back soon to just keep talking about awesome things that the Lord is inviting you to do in ministry, especially as you pray and say, okay, Lord, what's next? And even if Whataburger is not the solution to your problems, it's still a pretty good burger at 2 a.m. Am I right?
All day.
There we go. But not as good as tacos, especially breakfast tacos.
Oh, yeah.
So, all righty. Well, God bless you all. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Peace.